Friends, after seeing the title of this video, you probably thought that I published it for completely green guys, and it would be some kind of beginner's guide on how female psychology works. Yes, in this article, I will indeed discuss the top 10 common male misconceptions about women and relationships with them. But, as my experience shows, the mistakes I will talk about today are made not only by virgins but also by men who are well over 50. Even those who have had more than 100 sexual partners make these mistakes. So, read carefully, it will be interesting. And if you're already not a virgin and quite understand female psychology, then you will have a reason to remember yourself at 16 and laugh at yourself. Before I start, write in the comments what advice you would give young guys to help them understand how to properly communicate with the opposite sex. 9th place. The girl tells you how bad her boyfriend is, and you think that if you're good, she will choose you. This is also a misconception. If a girl you like tells you negative things about her boyfriend, for example, that he does not appreciate her, does not pay attention to her, instead of spending time with her, he hangs out with friends. And to win her over from this guy, you decide to act as his complete opposite. You think that you will be good, and he bad, so the girl will choose you, not him. I have to disappoint you. It won't work out because you are greatly mistaken. Yes, of course, the girl does not like that she cannot fully control the guy. She does not like that he does not pay her enough attention. But even if they break up, it will be enough for this bad guy to lure the girl, and she will run back to him. This is easily explainable. A bad guy is not like everyone else. He does not adapt to anyone. He is used to doing what he wants. He looks down on the girl, meaning she feels weak next to him. And this contributes to both emotional and instinctive attraction. And speaking of your communication with this girl, she definitely likes to see how you try to please her in everything, how you try to impress her, show that you are serious, that you are not a womanizer, unlike him. But she will not feel emotional attraction to you because you are entirely available to her. And she will be drawn to that bad guy, whom she cannot fully control. Friends, after seeing the title of this article, you probably thought that I published it for completely green guys, and it would be some kind of beginner's guide on how female psychology works. 8th place. If a girl plays hard to get, it means she is prudish. No, she just wants to increase her value. While she is playing hard to get, you invest in her. And the more effort you put into winning her over, the stronger you will become attached to her. And the easier it will be for her to control you. And if you hear phrases like, "I'm not ready yet," "you're rushing things," during 10 dates, it means you are just in the friend zone. What is the friend zone and how to get out of it I talked about in the video titled, "A Cunning Way to Escape the Friend Zone." 7th place. It occupies another false setting, which sounds like, girls should be given way. Girls are emotional creatures. And you are a man, you are stronger. If she cries, then comfort the poor girl. If she freaks out and argues, then behave calmly and don't argue unnecessarily. This is a very controversial statement, so many men interpret it incorrectly. Now I will explain everything. If you help a girl carry a heavy bag or support her, comfort her, help her when she has some problem, then this will be absolutely normal. But often the phrase, "I'm a girl," is used as manipulation. And if, for example, a poor girl starts yelling at you for no reason, insulting you, you calmly put her in her place without insults. After which she starts crying. Do not comfort her, justifying it with the fact that girls are emotional creatures, and you are a man, you are smarter. The problem is that you need to respect each other. And when someone yells at you and insults you, they do not respect you. If you leave such behavior unnoticed, then the person understands such treatment of you is permissible. And if she yells at you again, then nothing will happen to her. Friends, after seeing the title of this article, you probably thought that I published it for completely green guys, and it would be some kind of beginner's guide on how female psychology works. Another example, you do not like that the girl systematically arrives late for your meetings, but you justify it with the fact that she is a girl. And you do not say anything and patiently wait for her to come. You should not act like this either. Any relationship is built on mutual respect. If the girl respects you, then she will plan her schedule in such a way as not to be late for your meetings. Yes, some consider women to be the weaker sex. But this does not mean that if you are weak, then you can do everything. Therefore, do not forget about such a thing as personal boundaries. If you dislike something, some actions of another person are humiliating to you, do not tolerate it. Otherwise, this person will sit on your neck. 6th place. Relationships are built on equality. This is also a misconception. And many men, especially those with not very much experience in relationships, Try to build communication with a girl based on the principles of equality, where there is no leader, where everything is based on trust and mutual understanding. Why is this also a misconception? In any team, there are leaders. Even when two people communicate, one of them is leading, and the other is following. If you think that you have equality, then, in reality, you are the follower, and the girl is the leader, and you do not realize it. Friends, after seeing the title of this article, you probably thought that I published it for completely green guys, and it would be some kind of beginner's guide on how female psychology works. You've probably heard the female phrase, in a relationship with a man, I want to feel like behind a stone wall. If you are in the position of the follower, then the woman feels next to her like the leader. She feels that she is stronger than you. Women do not like to be strong. Yes, they want to control everything, but they prefer that the man makes the difficult decisions. Therefore, when a man gives up leadership positions to a woman, then he moves away from difficult decisions. And let's be honest, you want to build relationships on the principles of equality to avoid conflicts and be convenient for her. And leaders are not afraid of conflicts and can calmly solve emerging problems. So do not be a follower, be a leader. Do not be afraid to defend your opinion. And then the woman will respect you. Fifth place. Even if a woman respects you, you can fall in love with her and tell yourself, I like her, so I want to be myself next to her and behave naturally. This is also a misconception. If you meet a girl you like and have already fallen in love with her, then you will want to spend all your free time with her. And if your feelings are mutual, then you strive to fully open up to her. I strongly advise against doing this. The effect of overeating has not been canceled. If you are always together, you will quickly get tired of each other. Moreover, the effect of overeating will occur not in both of you, but in one of you. If it's the girl, she will start to distance herself from you, and you will still think that everything is fine between you. When she starts to distance herself more, you will make more efforts to keep her, give gifts, make surprises, control her, make scenes of jealousy. Friends, after seeing the title of this article, you probably thought that I published it for completely green guys, and it would be some kind of beginner's guide on how female psychology works. But such actions will only worsen the situation. You will break up, and by that time you will fall into love addiction. And it all ends with you starting to watch videos on my channel from the playlist, How to Get Your Ex Back. Therefore, do not make a woman the center of the world, be mysterious, do not forget to rest from her, and spend time with friends, do sports, and you should also have a favorite hobby. Then the girl's interest in you will grow stronger every day. Fourth place. Girls do not care about intimacy. That's not true. They need intimacy just as much as men. I already said at the beginning of the article, the thing is that women and men have desire born in completely different ways. We just need to see a beautiful body and a cute face to want a girl. Whereas a woman pays attention primarily to a man's charisma. It is important for her to feel lightness when communicating with her partner, so that she has an attraction also on an emotional level. Therefore, women need closeness no less than us. And if you hear from a girl the phrase, I am completely indifferent to intimacy, then she does not want you specifically, or she is just manipulating to increase her value. And if you hear such a phrase from a girl who really liked you, then she has a low sexual temperament, and she does not want intimacy due to her physiological features. Friends, after seeing the title of this article, you probably thought that I published it for completely green guys, and it would be some kind of beginner's guide on how female psychology works. Third place. It occupies a misconception that sounds approximately like this. She is naturally sociable, so she has many male friends. It doesn't happen. Communicating with other men, a woman pursues some goal, raises her self-esteem, uses them for personal purposes, or she is just monogamous by herself. I categorically do not recommend getting involved with such individuals. It will be unpleasant for you to realize that, when you are not together, she can easily meet with another so-called friend. But this is not even the main problem. When a woman communicates with a large number of representatives of the opposite sex, she disperses. Your value as a man becomes less for her, because she has a choice from other suitors. Therefore, she is not afraid to lose you. She always has a backup airfield. And she does not know how to appreciate her man. Any sane woman understands that communicating with other men is primarily a disrespect to her partner. Therefore, I recommend using such girls only for a short distance, and build relationships with those who are ready to communicate only with one, their man, and do not pay attention to anyone else. And if a girl tells you something like, they are just friends, I like to communicate with other people if I wanted, I would have cheated on you a long time ago. You should not believe such words. These are just pompous phrases to lull your vigilance. And about her true intentions, I have already told you. I will remind you by communicating with other men, she raises her self-esteem, uses them for personal purposes, or she is just monogamous by herself. Friends, after seeing the title of this article, you probably thought that I published it for completely green guys, and it would be some kind of beginner's guide on how female psychology works. 8. Second place. Girls need to be pursued. No, no, and no again. This myth was invented by women to make it easier to control a man. The more effort you spend to win her hand, heart, and so-called pussy, the more you become attached to the girl, the more you open up to her. This is very convenient for her because you are completely under her control, while she retains mystery and owes you nothing. Therefore, I keep repeating, a girl must fall in love with you, with the state she experiences next to you, and not in your luxurious gifts and nightly acts. The more you invest in her now, the harder it will be to surprise her in the future. Remember my words when you find yourself in a flower shop before the first date, and draw the appropriate conclusions. First place. Every man has made this mistake at least once in his life. When we meet a girl we like, we want to tell ourselves, she's such a cutie and modest, it means she's good and decent. No. Friends, after seeing the title of this video, you probably thought that I published it for completely green guys, and it would be some kind of beginner's guide on how female psychology works. This is just a social mask. In this way, the girl tries to please you. And if you are in a company, then such a model of behavior of a modest and smiling girl allows her to make an impression on others. That's why she behaves this way. She tries to seem good because of her complexes and fears. Deep down, she is different. Imagine a girl who has started a new job in an unfamiliar team. She smiles at her new colleagues, is modest, ingratiates herself. But what will happen in a couple of years, especially if she gets a managerial position? She will appear in a completely different light. Yes, she may remain the same good person, but there will definitely be less modesty. Or she may become a tough and principled boss. Or a completely amusing example. Each of us has watched adult films at least once. Of course, I understand that most men start watching porn from the middle. But at the beginning of the film, the actress may appear in the image of a modest girl, and even in the image of a nun. This does not mean that she is modest. She is just playing a role. Yes, all women wear social masks. Remember this when communicating with a barely acquainted girl. She is definitely hiding something from you. You will never know the whole truth about her. Therefore, I do not thoughtlessly recommend believing everything she says. And turn on critical thinking. And how to understand what a girl is hiding from you and what she is really like as a person, I talked about in the video titled, What to Ask a Girl on a Date. 15 Best Questions. And now I want to say, it doesn't matter whether you are a virgin or not. In the process of life, you gain experience and learn something new. Sometimes the experience is bitter, but thanks to it, we learn. The same goes for relationships. Constantly learn, constantly discover something new, and then you will be able to avoid problems in the future. As usual, I believe in your success. I would be grateful if you support this video with a like and share it with friends, especially with those who still believe that princesses don't fart. Be sure to check the subscription and whether you have connected all notifications. And now go on to watch other videos on my channel. Bye.